It doesn't matter whether you're rich or poor. If you've got a desire and you're living in this beautiful country called Australia, you can do anything.
Frank is a former roo shooter in Jackaroo. After a life on the land, it took a deep personal tragedy and a good Samaritan, friend and scientist Peter McRae, to set him on the path to becoming one of our most successful conservationists.
I lost my wife at nearly 40 years, and very hard to explain when you lose somebody as close to you as that, but Peter could see I was suffering a bit and asked me to go out to Australia, to where the last home in the wild of these guys are. Then we went for a drive, and through a spotlight, early hours of the morning, I saw my first female bilby, no more than 50 metres out. And looking up that spotlight at me, it changed my life, it changed me forever. Peter and I both have our own skills in different areas. Peter's the scientist, he does all the scientific work with the bilbies, and I do the fundraising and the awareness campaign. And it worked. Peter and I had a dream. To save these guys, we needed somewhere to put them where the predators couldn't get at them, so we needed to build a predator-proof fence.
We had to get them into an area where there weren't foxes and cats. And to me, the only way about doing that, or approaching that, was to build this big enclosure.
And I came up with the idea of selling a 5-metre panel in that fence for $20. And the idea grew.
As a result of 15 years' work on the part of Frank, Peter McRae and their many thousands of supporters and donors, bilbies now have a safe place to live in a predator-proof fence, and they are once again breeding in Western Queensland. The dream of building a fence became a reality, and the rest is now a story.
Bilbies and conservation in general, Australian animals, is a fight. You know, there's lots of impacts to wildlife out there, and us humans being the main cause of it. And Frank's uniqueness and ability to connect with people in a way that people understand.
Oh, Frank and Peter, I mean, two people, especially Frank, he's the voice, and he obviously does not stop until he gets what he wants or to be heard.
It's been a long road, but it's been an interesting road. When I'm at a school and I pull him out of his box and watch the looks on the faces of those kids in the school, it's worth gold lotto.
They can't believe actually seeing a bilby. It's like a toy coming alive.
I think that there is something special about saving the bilby because it's such a beautiful animal, and if it takes it being cute for there to be a public effort to save it, well, that's okay with me.
Apart from being a bit of a bush cook, I love fiddling with poetry. I fiddled around and wrote a poem called The Bilby's Lament. A lady from the Courier Mail, Poppy Masalis, saw the poem on the back of the card, and she contacted me and said, can I do a story, but can I print the poem in the Courier Mail? And I said, yes. And then the story grew to where a lady sent me an email and wanted to know if she could put music to it. And her name was Sandra Milliken, and it turned out she was the conductor for the Queensland Youth Choir.
I was born in a sunburnt country, in a time of long ago, before rabbits, cats and foxes, I was free to come and go. So come on, all you Aussies, it takes standard common sense to help these guys that are trying to build us in your fence.
Well, the choir decided to print 1,000 copies of the CD, and the choir donated the profits from those CDs back to the Save the Bilby Foundation.
It's just turned out amazing that schools sing it, and I call it the national anthem for endangered species.
Aussies stick together in fireworks and drums, so focus on and help us, our time is running out.
Frank is an amazing man. Rarely do you come across someone with such passion.
When I need an energy boost, I plug in the Frank.
You know, I think Australia needs more Franks. his passion and his commitment and his drive to save the bilby is infectious.
A man like him is such an inspiration, and what he is doing, you can feel it in your heart. It makes you believe.
I didn't know how we were going to build that fence, but I knew we'd build it. And so I've been on that forever. And now, for the rest of my life, we'll go into endangered species.
You know, there's no doubt that one of the things the bilby's really got going for it is that they're so incredibly cute. But cuteness aside, this has been an inspiring battle to save an endangered species that symbolises the fight to save so many of our endangered species. It looks like the bilby's future's pretty well assured. Nothing's written in concrete, but, well, let's hope that this unique little creature is around for a long, long time to come.